I think of another thing that came up very recently. Do you guys all have Facebook? Are you Facebook users? I'm old, so of course I'm a Facebook user, but okay, you do not have Facebook. Have you posted a picture recently, and have you noticed that it can recognize who's in your picture?
I've posted one within the past year, I imagine. I think that
Okay.
system has been in there since then, yes.
Okay, so that system has recently come under scrutiny. Do you guys know anything about the facial recognition system and
I'd
kind of
actually
what's...
not thought about that, but I understand exactly where you're going.
Okay. Okay, tell me where I'm going, because I don't know.
You're going to China's bathrooms.
Not necessarily, but I'll lie some latitude on that. Okay, yep.
No,
Okay, yes.
Facial scans, and then using that as a basis. Sorry. But using that as a basis for filing people's information, and
Yes.
keeping tabs on them,
Okay.
even with just security cameras recognizing them. I imagine that's where you go.
Does anybody else know anything about what's been in the news recently about the facial recognition software at Facebook? Okay. I'll catch you up a little bit, and then I'd like your input on it. So Facebook added a facial recognition piece to their software so that when you post a picture and it goes, oh, there's Nate, he's in a lot of your pictures, I'm going to go ahead and tag Nate automatically. So it has clearly scanned Nate's features in that photo and now knows that Nate German has these features, I can find him in any photo. They added that feature to their platform without informing any of their users, without updating those terms and services and conditions that you read very in-depth, Ashley. They did not update that. They did not let people know that they were doing that. They did not give you the option to opt out of that or approve it. Why is that a problem?
Because it's illegal.
Is it?
Yeah, right?
Is it? I don't know. You guys tell me. Is that illegal?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
From what I know of the terms and services, they're rather broad.
Okay.
And along with that, they're very difficult to understand well, actually, from what I've heard. I remember specifically one of the congressmen say that it was difficult to understand. I haven't read them myself, but
Okay.
clarified earlier. But yeah, I don't believe that it is illegal. It's just terrifying. And should be viewed as such, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I think that there should be regulation put forth, and I think that's what we're doing now, I think, in Congress, but yeah.
Okay.
I think the line that you have to draw between that is, so the FTC has stated that if a company or social media platform, whatever it is, has a terms and conditions policy, they have to adhere to it and follow
Mhm.
that. And because Facebook already has a terms and conditions policy, you know, even though that wasn't in there, when you're reading, if you read it, you know, when you're reading it, you're gonna think this is all that it does. It covers everything. And if you have a feature in there that's not in the thing, even though it's not, so technically you don't have to follow it. It's also, you know, why is it not in there? This is what they're saying I'm giving up.
Okay, let's tie two things together. We started talking at the beginning of this of Cambridge Analytica, right? And we have a concern that maybe Facebook's a little sloppy with who has access to their data. Facebook has now added on this feature that nobody really saw coming with facial recognition. So now they have facial recognition software that can identify people's faces, tie it to their names and their personal information. We've already identified that Facebook may or may not be a little sloppy with third-party vendors. Put those two together and tell me where the concern is.
Who are they selling it
Not even selling it.
to? Giving it freely.
Who has access to it without us knowing?
Yeah.
Problem?
Yeah.
Big problem?
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Okay. Let's talk about those foreign governments that we just talked about. Big problem? I rest my case. Fair enough.
So what can you guys do to protect yourself and your privacy? Is there anything that you could do specifically to be more aware of what's out there?
I mean, there's the base idea of following the, more or less proper guidelines with passwords. I mean, I was reading some statistics, I think it was 65%, no, it's more like 85% of people don't follow the specific guidelines of, you're not supposed to write down your password anywhere, actually. You're supposed to, and you're not supposed to just keep it in your head, you're supposed to, the ideal circumstances that you have an app that you keep it in, that logs all of that data for you, that has a two-step key to actually access, or automatically loads it for you into your devices. But yeah, there's other steps to that.
I think also, you know, the key might not be using more technology to protect what you're using on the internet, but just not, you know, thinking about what you're putting on social media. You know, if this got out to everyone, am I really going to be proud of that? Am I going to be okay with that? And just, you know, watching, you know, what you're searching for on the internet, what you're putting on the internet, because you don't know who's getting it.
Actually, reading the terms and services might not be a terrible idea.
May not be a terrible idea.
Anything to add, Josiah?
Like she was saying, I think that if everybody has the mindset knowing that what you put on like the web or anything will come back, and like once companies are trying to hire you, they always look at your social media, they look at everything, and they can look at something that you posted from 15 years ago, and you could be a totally different person, but it's still there, and it's still going to affect you. I think about 1% of people are affected, like just because of like social media, like their job, or things that they post.
That's a fantastic point in the cautionary tale for everybody. I will tell you that as an employer, and many people that I know that are employers, the first thing that I do when you give me an application is I go look at your social media. Because if you give me a piece of paper, I'm hoping you're saying nice things about yourself. I'm hoping your references are your grandma who's going to say nice things about you. But I want to see what you're saying about you. And I'm going to go check your social media. And if I find something there, even if it's from 10 years ago, as Josiah said, that speaks volumes about who you are. And it may dictate whether you're employed at that company or not. So be very, very careful about what you're sharing. The other thing that I would recommend is pay very close attention to those little red stars that are at the end of data fields when you're filling out forms. If all they want to know is a username and a password, great. If they don't need to know your mother's maiden name and your birth date, then don't give it to them. Don't give any more information online than you have to get. Because all of that data can be collected from multiple places, compiled together, and I can have a full profile of who you are and the data that I might need to either impersonate you online or somehow gain other pieces of information about you that I don't necessarily need to have. Sorry, that's my cautionary tale. My life wasn't prepared.
Any final thoughts you want to share with us, and you want to make sure that you know, like, that you tell us?
I think we've said everything.
Rest of the
Thanks,
case, all right?
Thanks